Jakey, you're gonna kill me! Ah!
Jakey with the Cakey. Hello, Jacob Nation. My name is Jakey, and we're back at it again, this time with some tips and tricks for Winston. Quickly before we get started here, here's my rank so you can trust me. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Tip 1. Alrighty, folks, and this first tip might seem a bit obvious, but it can be hard to fully understand. But the tip is to learn your compositions. I know, it's boring. But these days, playing Winston with anything but dive is impossible. So just go ahead and loop a guide to comps, or use my tutorial, which will be linked in the description soon. Anyways, tip 2 is to learn how to master the dive punch. You might have seen some pro players like my glorious King XUC or even Super TF do this, but basically, you just dive and right as you land, you punch. I've coached many beginners, and the main issue is that they actually punch too early, so make sure you are doing it at the correct timing. See, what I like to do is go into the practice range and practice until I get it 5 times in a row. Moving on to tip 3, it's a strategy that many beginner and intermediate players may struggle with. When you bubble, you actually aren't taking full advantage of the cover. What a lot of grandmasters, like me, do is move back and forth between the edge of the bubble. This can be especially useful against characters with shotguns. It prevents them from simply walking into your bubble and killing you, since you can just step out and regain cover. I'll put a little demonstration on screen for you to see. Chugging right along, tip 4, I got a simple yet incredibly effective piece of advice. Think of the payload like a piece of cake. I know, it may sound ridiculous, but hey, they don't call me Jakey the Cakey for no reason. Explain, you say? Well, here goes nothing. The payload is like a piece of cake at a wedding. It's the thing that everyone is waiting for. Can I get an amen? Anyways, you need to protect the people around the cake because they are the groom and the bride. And in this case, the most important people are your supports. Post a W payload princess in the comments if you had had this happen to you. But listen, you have to bubble this payload and protect your precious piece of cake and stop the groom and the bride from dying. What I'm trying to say is here, just bubble the payload when you're not in a fight. I can't count how many times I've had a Widowmaker headshot my Ana and just lose me the game. It's a Jake and Cake and nightmare. As we continue on to tip 3, this one is just more of a life hack to be quite Jake and frank. Okay, let's all be honest. Sometimes, I just be booting up Overwatch. And I get so upset that I forget to eat and drink. Y'all be doing this? So this is a tip to just remember to eat lots of food and drink lots of water and other liquids because it can cause many health issues. My son Jakey ended up with Nulla Tortor's Ligua syndrome because he has skipped out on his daily cake and coffee. I mean, guys, listen, as much as I love Overwatch, you gotta make sure to keep up with your health. Tip 7. Well, folks, we're headed back to the gameplay tips. Sorry if it got a little sad there. Anyways, I'd like to share my new little tip. So in recent updates, they added a third-person mode. If you want to see how it works, just watch this background gameplay. Now, I don't think the folks over at Blizzard want you to know about it for certain characters, like Genji. But with Winston, all you have to do is press right-click. Now, unfortunately, it does make your bubble a little rectangle, but according to the meta-analysis by SF Shotco's Mr. Rod, it is actually quite worth the trade-off. This third-person mode lets you see enemies at a much greater scope and allows you to dive headfirst with loads of wonderful cakey-filled moments and live your best life. As we continue this extravagant tutorial, I hope you've been having a wonderful day. Make sure to like and subscribe if these tips help you. This video sure is a humdinger. Leave a comment if this made you go, Eureka! Anyways, tip 8 is to make sure to use the new update feature called the Wings of Icarus. Now, you may be thinking this sounds like some stupid-ass Greek mythology thing, but this is actually a professional Overwatch strategy. You see, on Watchpoint Gibraltar, if you go to the second floor on attacker spawn, you can collect wings and fly to the moon. Now, this only works on Winston, which should be obvious. In case you don't know,
Winston is actually a space monkey, or should I say, mountain gorillas thrive in clothed. What are you talking about? Okay. Winston is actually a space monkey, or should I say, mountain gorillas thrive in cold climates. What? Mountain gorillas thrive in oh my god. Mountain gorillas thrive in cold climates, and he is a moon gorilla.
Now, once you collect these wings, you can become an astronaut and fly to the lunar space colony. It's true. Try it right now. I mean, can you not see it working in my gameplay? Oh boy howdy. I just love Overwatch. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a Jakey with the Cakey tips and tricks episode, and I hope to see you in the next video. Stay caked up, Jacob Nation.
mic. Oh, no micers. Last no mic, I gave you a mic, but the very next call you muted again. This year, to save me from fears, I'll scream at all the no mics. Last no mic, I gave